The world needs more of it. Hustling 24/7 on the Instagram DM. It is a 2017 opportunity. All right, so here, get my haircut with Manny. Manny, how long have you been coming here now? 2 years, you think? 3?
Almost
2.
two.
I used to go to another place where Manny worked and had a bunch of different guys that would come here, but Manny cut it one time. I like it extra short, which is perfect. And so that's what I've been going with. So, and Manny shoot the shit. Last couple times I've been quiet at the haircuts. I've just been so focused. But in the never-ending quest to pump out 7 days a week, I'm gonna hack. So I think, barbershop talk. So last, that was pretty good how we did the Sunday week ahead look, right? Yeah. So let's do that. Another thing I want to talk about. I want to edit the Ask Gary Vee show where I told the guy who's building small business websites how to go into search, how to search the hashtags, how to go to DM. I mean, it is, a lot of people like to talk about how it's going down in the DM on Instagram, and I know that's for, hooking up and Netflix and chill and all that, but it's also going down for business development. And so I'm gonna talk about, thank you so much. It's your email. To me, it's where people can be doing so much business damage, and I'll talk about that in 1 second while I give you the quick review of the week ahead. So tomorrow, big MLK day. I'm going to the Knicks game, taking one of the kids, and then I've got a meeting with Kelly McCarthy, who was my right hand, along with AJ in building meeting in the early days, now killing it at Nike. And then just some family stuff and some phone calls with Brandon from Wine Library. Tuesday, early morning basketball, 6 a.m. Meeting with a former client at 8:30. Another client meeting at 9. Another client meeting at 10:30. Then a live webinar for something. And a couple internal meetings for nonprofit stuff. Then is this Russ's manager? Yeah. Little FaceTime tomorrow. Russ's manager.
Well, Amar will be coming in, and then Russ is going to be on.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. If you haven't heard Russ's music, you've been missing out. Then my dad and Brandon come by. It's huge. Another client, Vayner Sports. Internal. Client, former employee, and then. Then in studio with 21 Savage. You heard it here first. It's a huge Atlanta hip hop day. 21 Savage and Russ. Then I got a speaking engagement on Wednesday morning, first thing in the morning. Then I've got a client meeting, then an all day thing at Pepsi, then a couple of internal things. Mandy Zuckerberg, one of my dear friends, stopping by. Football player stopping by. Internal, then Skipper the Flipper. You don't know? Man, it's so hip hop out lately. Client, then I'm flying to London at night. London, Thursday morning, London, workout, and some internal client stuff. Client in Maidenhead, UK. Client. And then wake up Friday morning in London, fly back to New York, land, work on the book, and then dinner with Ryan Harwood and his lovely wife to celebrate the Pure Wow deal. That's the week ahead. 80% clients, 20% hip hop. All right, now let's bring you some value here. I'm obsessed with this. Maybe we'll get some. Maybe you can do this. Get in here. Let's say you want to sell websites to plumbers. It's 136,000, and then you go and you click, and you see who this is. So this is a custom design firm, B2B commercial in Toronto. 148,000 followers. This is what they post. Let's say you want to build websites for small businesses, or you want to do social media for small businesses. You go right up here. You hit send message. You get a C-Rock? Doing good. Send message. And then here's the key. The key here is to jab, right hook. Love what you're doing. Would love to be able to bring you some value. Are you doing anything around marketing? Let me know. Have a great day. XOXO. Heart. Send. Here's the key. What I just did is something that I've been doing for years. Back in 2006 and 2007, Twitter, I would do that, except I would reply publicly because it was a different platform, different cadences, different acceptable social norms. The thing that blows me away is how many of you are so hungry, how many of you are asking for how do you do things. And the reality is it's very simple. It's hand-to-hand combat. It's business development. It's handing out virtual business cards. But the reality is so many of you don't want to do it because it's hard. What I just did, if you're hungry, if you want to win, you have to do 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 hours a day. Let's show another one, D-Rock. Okay? The fitness hashtag. Only 168 million. Breaks into top posts and most recent. So you go to a top post. Manny's paying attention. He wants to get some barber clients. All right, so here's that, right? I click him. He's got 546,000 people, right? I see he's a musician and he's a band. But let's say he's in Cairo. Let's just say, for whatever reason, I want to do product placement and I have a new shake or energy drink or hoodies. Or for example, this is what everybody should be doing with me if they want me to wear their sneakers or their beanies, right? I wear beanies, I wear hoodies, I wear sneakers. I would hit this person up. I would hit them up and say, Zach, love what you do. Would love to connect, right? Or would love to send you my favorite wines if I was in the wine business. Or would love to make 3 to 4 videos for your Instagram account on me. Or would love to send your friends some beef jerky. And that's the key. It's or, and I would love to give you. What I get all day is, Gary, can you give me a shout out on my account? Gary, can you make me famous? Gary, can you do this? Gary, can you do that? I've got the leverage, not you. If you're asking, you don't have the leverage. So anytime I'm hitting somebody up, regardless if I'm bigger or smaller than them, I'm asking. So I'm trying to give them love, right? That's the key. People don't give love. When we're hitting up upcoming artists, both hip hop, what have you, we're trying to give them love. Hey, we'd love to give you exposure. Would you like to give us the opportunity? Everybody's trying to, like last night, I hit up a couple of people that follow me that are really, really big, and they both replied to me. Check this out, D-Rock. I'm not gonna show this. The key is providing other people more value. I just don't see people doing it. It blows me away, and it is absolutely wonderful. And it is absolutely going down on Instagram DM. The key is, do you know how to jab, right hook on Instagram DM? Search hashtags, click them, look at the account, then see how you can bring them value, DM them, go in soft, bring value, rinse and repeat 2, 3, 4, 5,000 times. One of the great accomplishments in the last 3, 4 months in my community is the 2017 Flip Challenge, right? People are making actual money on eBay. They couldn't believe they could sell stuff laying around their house. They're now using Craigslist and Let's Go and Etsy's, and they're learning, and I'm watching people learn. I didn't make money here, and I'm watching you guys learn. You're getting better. People making real flips. Business development. It's one of the pillars of my success. The reason I'm good at business development is I try to bring more value to the other person first. It's always gonna be the same thing. 50 years of content is gonna say the same thing. Provide the other person more value, right? More value than they give you. If somebody has 1 million followers and you want them to give a shout out to your work, your stuff, you need to overwhelm them with value first. For example, more example time. I want this to be a heavy example time. Here we go. So let's say you like hip hop, and let's say you love Chance the Rapper, right? So you go to Chance the Rapper, guys have 2.9 million followers. He's getting hit up 1 million times a day. When you send him a thing, Chance, I make videos. I'll make you the best Instagram videos for free for an entire year, your account will go to 7 million, let alone 2.9. I won't bother you. I'll just work. I'll need access at times, but you control that. Let me know. Look at my work on my Insta. Much love. Over and over and over. Gotta make sure your Instagram account is on point if you got that. If him or one of his boys actually look at it, or somebody who's controlling the account, they need to see those videos and think they're fire. That's the key. But you go over and over. Manny should do this 15 times a day, 20 times a day. Let me show you how Manny should do it. So the thing Manny should do is go Upper East Side, right? So he's going by location, and so he sees top posts, right? So he sees this, well, this looks like an account, because this is a blogger, I'm trying to see, looks like she's just visiting, and you keep looking, right? You keep looking at most recent, keep looking at this guy, looks like he took a picture, good, took a selfie in the Upper East Side, comes here, he's got 41,000 followers, he looks like a model, so Manny should go here, send message, hey G, thrilled to give you 5 free haircuts over the next 6 months. Let me know if you're interested. This is what Manny should do here. Manny sits here on Tuesday from 2:30 to 3:30 while he's waiting for a client, and he sits on his fucking ass. And instead, what he should be doing, he should be going into Instagram, searching the Upper East Side, and DMing people 20, 30, 40 times a day, offering free haircuts because he just started his business. He needs exposure. He shouldn't even ask that model who has 46,000 followers to make. He shouldn't even say in the first contact, hey, I'll give you a free haircut, you give me a shout out, because then that person knows that he's just going for that. It's jab, jab, jab without the right hook. He should just say, hey, I like your Instagram account. I just opened my barbershop. I'd love to give you 6 free haircuts or 2 or whatever. You know, I don't know how busy Manny is right now. Over the next 3 months, guy comes. Even if he never asked, I would have been for 2 years. He never asked me. Then I took the picture on Snapchat. Then you build a relationship. When doing the right thing, you're always doing the right thing. But to me, I think about it like sawdust. If you've got downtime, why not business develop? The fact you can business develop from this thing now is insane. And if you offer something in return, 3 out of 30 people will take you up on it. He may not, but the next person might. And then you business develop, and things start happening. Hustling 24/7 on the Instagram DM. It is a 2017 opportunity.
I know if I'm away, so every day I wake, I know time is ticking. It's now never. I feel it slipping every second.
It's my new theme song when I post daily. You'll see. See what it is? I love this song. While we're here, since these episodes are short, big shout out. I'm looking for 5 to 7 video interns, people that can edit. What do we really need? People that really know my stuff. What are they called?
Predators?
Predators.
Filmers?
Producers. Editors. All right, I'm looking for 5 up-and-coming predators who want to be interns, who want to put in their year's due for a year, siphon off my attention, and we give you shout-out and tagging you in the work that you do, and then either do what the majority of the crew's doing, which is trickle down and want to run with me for a while, or use exposure to do your own thing. Looking for high-quality peeps. D-Rock's going to be the judge and the jury. You got to be really strong. I'm looking for 5 ASAP. Boy, girl, black, white, red, green, orange, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, New Jersey. I don't give a shit. If you've got it, everything but Patriot fans. Other than that, if you got it, we want to see the work. 24/7 hustle. Minimum a year. No going back to school. This is what you got to do. But we're looking for you. And here's D-Rock. Or here's the email they came up with for D-Rock, Tyler, maybe a couple others. We're looking at. I don't know what you guys are doing, but here it is. It's flashing. And can't wait for you to join the team. And if you can't do that, one of the things we're trying to do now is FanV. #FanVEE. People creating compilation videos around my content, the kind of stuff that we put out, so that I can put it out on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. Videos under a minute are especially great because I'm more Instagram video content. And also stuff that we haven't talked about, so people going back in the archives and finding quotes or things using the Ask Gary V search engine, I think would be really smart around your concept or strategy. And I would even make an original 1 or 2 second video for you if you need to add to it. You can just email me on that you're working on that project and what you need. So FanV, get on board. Yes, sir. Done? Did we do eyebrows? You did. We're finished. It's all over. We're done. All right. Thank you. All right, my friend. Good to see you.
Thank you.
Love you. You can use the Instagram DM.
So what is it?
You can literally search the Upper East Side. You can literally see everybody who's posting in the area, right? So again, just this person ate here, so you click this person, and you can literally go up here, send them a message, say, I like your Instagram account, if you'd like a free haircut, come by. What's great about that is these are individuals who already like to share their lives, so if they come, they'll get a shout out and create. I mean, you live on word of mouth.
Yeah.
What's your business? It's word of mouth. This is word of mouth on steroids.
Let me
Learn. You need it, especially right now as you're building a new business. Like every minute counts. I think your doubt motivated me. We could tie the content to what we did a year ago. Because the year ago recalls I think are insane. Like once we start building a library, or like searching this thing on Ask Gary Vee 2 years ago, there's never been a day that I've had to activate. It's always on, and I don't mean always on buzzword marketing. It's that I love what I do so much that there is no friction to turn it on, even when I'm landing at 2 o'clock in the morning from a flight that's delayed like the other night, and then going directly into it at 6:30 in the morning because the fire is so deep inside. You love it so much. You don't need that jump start. Guys, have a great weekend. See you tomorrow. On this episode, we do a call-in show again, because that's the only way we do the show now. You ask questions, and I answer them. This is the Ask Gary Vee show. What is the intro for this? Everybody, I'm saying that joking. Hey everybody, this is episode 241. Do I go that out?
Hey, Brian, Gary Bay, Nerd Shot, Insta 241.
Okay, thank you. Hey everybody, this is Gary Bay, Nerd Shot, and this is episode 241 of the Ask Gary Vee show. We've been calling in. It's been going well. I'm excited. It's a nice day. There's a lot going on. There's all from Periscope, Facebook, Instagram. We are bringing it live, hardcore. And I don't know if you guys have been paying attention to the YouTube numbers. I'm sure all of you have. The Ask Gary call-in show kills. People are excited for the show. It's quality. It's good. And I love the call-in nature. It's allowing me to go deep. So right now, the way we've been taking numbers, you can follow me on Instagram. I'm making a huge mistake because that's where we get the numbers from. That's where Chris is doing his thing. You ready? All right, hit it. Here we go. First caller. Excited.
Hello?
What's his name? Oh no, Sebastian. This is Gary Vee. And you're on the Ask Gary Vee show.
Yeah, baby. What's up, Gary?
Life is good. Where are you from?
I'm from Jersey City, man.
I love it. The Jersey love. What can I help you with?
Oh, man, so I have this company called Sexy Nerds.
Sexy Nerds?
We are the premier nightlife event for geeks and nerds. And, oh, man, my heart's racing.
No, don't worry.
Here today.
Get into it because this is a huge opportunity for Andy K, who's a huge nerd. He loves nightlife. So let's
Huge nerd and huge sexy one.
That's right.
What's up, Andy?
All right.
Actually, you got a whole crew of sexy nerds out there. Yourself being the leader, I already know.
That's true. So what's
anyway,
talk to me? Yep.
So we're in the nightlife space. I've been throwing successful parties for the last 36 months in New York City. We're about to expand to Toronto. I want to get into the esports field. brands, but at the same time, I still want to take money silly. I kind of want
Who owns
more money. Me, 100%.
My intuition is that if you found a sales-driven media person and made them your business partner who was 10 years your senior and gave them 10 to 20% of the company, you could explode. Somebody who's got a Rolodex that can get a brand that wants to tap into this audience, like if your parties are going off like that and you've got the momentum as a creative director and entrepreneur, there's beer brands, there's all sorts of brands, Frito-Lay, there's all sorts of brands that you could probably rack up a nice little kind of six-figure revenue business just based on the Rolodex of some guy or girl that works at Omnicom or Starcom or Ogilvy. So my intuition, like this feels like the exact example of not about money, but about partner. Everybody right now is thinking about money, right? Everybody's about raising capital, smart money. I'm the smartest fucking money you can get, but I'm not gonna help because I'm busy. So my 100,000 is smart, but I'll talk to you like 4 times. I'd rather you get smart partner instead of smart money. So I would go out and get a sales man or woman who works in the media space, who's the way you interview them is you go into like meetup.com, you hit up people on LinkedIn who work at Mindshare, at MediaVest, at these media buying agencies who have Rolodexes to agencies and brands, and who from day one are into this concept, and you can build a very nice event marketing business, predicated, and easily this is a 7-figure business if your parties get big enough, and you can have a sponsor brand. I mean, this is a real thing. Nightlife activations, event marketing is real business, but the people that make the most money are the ones that sell ahead of where they're at, and that's not fake it till you make it. That's, hey, give me money to be a sponsor, and I'll give you a 2-year deal, and if you believe in me and I deliver, you're gonna steal the sponsorship from me because over the next 2 years it'll be worth way more. You see where I'm going?
I see exactly
But
what
you're the marketer and the creative director. You need somebody who can subsidize the sales funnel and the biz dev. That's the partner you need.
Excellent, excellent. And myself being in a sales background.
Well, then maybe you need the other person.
Right. I do need that somebody who's my senior, like 10 years down the line, just so I feel like I know what I'm expanding. I just kind of I'm like in the forest and I just can't see the forest from the trees.
Experience. The biggest mistake kids are making right now is they lack experience, and so what they're doing is they think VCs are going to give them that. VCs and angel investors are going to give you money. They don't have time. What you need is an actual grinding partner. It's the biggest mistake kids are making right now. They're not. Everybody thinks that they can just do it. And by the way, maybe you can. But if you're calling in, you're looking for advice, and it feels like to me that senior partner. There's so many 33-year-olds that hate their job, made a couple bucks, that are looking for that business. Find them.
Wow, that's great. And Gary, while I'm looking for these people, any idea in terms of the esports play, any sort of sweat equity I have to build and everything that we're talking about? Because I'm looking for the money, I'm looking for the partner, but I'm also looking to bring as much to the table myself so that I can keep as much in the long run.
What do you mean by sweat? What do you mean by that? Like who are you looking to bring on?
Yeah, I'm actually looking to assemble an esports team and using the social capital as the allure.
Now you're talking about a totally different thing. Now you're talking about like, you just said to me, hey, I've got a donut shop, but I'm also going to start a junkyard business. They have nothing to do with each other. I get that there's some retro shit, but you're making it conveniently fit in because you believe in the esports thing. You're getting into a whole different business. You know, can you drink out of 2 hoses in a world where 1 hose is overfilling your mouth? That's the thing I would debate there.
Fascinating. Thank you so much, guys. If there's ever an opportunity to buy you lunch on Reddit, I'd love to do that.
Thank you.
And peace and love.
Thank you, you too, brother. Thanks for getting to me. Yeah, I mean, I think the theme of that call is very simple, which is there was 2 very specific themes that so many of you are going through. Number 1, everybody wants to raise money in a world where 80% of the startups, especially youngsters I see, need a business partner to fill out their operations, their financials, their sales, their creative. So that's number 1. That was a clear theme. And number 2, he was trying to force fit that he was doing retro gaming and that's why he should be in the esports game. That's 2 different things. It's hard to date 2 people at the same time. Who is this? Jojo. Get it going.
That's good.
Jojo, this is Gary Vaynerchuk. You're on the Ask Gary Vee show.
What's going on, Gary?
Life is good. You?
Working hard, trying to hustle.
I get it. What can I help you with?
So I want to ask your advice on something. Let's say you had like a business that was going well, you built it up from the ground, it's custom clothing and apparel, sneakers, hats, all that. I'll get it on celebrities and, getting a lot of shout outs from them, a lot of tags, getting a lot of traction on Instagram, and then my account got disabled.
Why?
And so it was like a acceptable use policy, and I was going back and forth with them, and I still haven't gained access to the account. So I also had a personal account, but it wasn't as big as that one. So, sales decreased dramatically, and I'm just trying to gain traction, and I wanted to like have some advice, like, basically took a bulldozer and knocked down my whole business, and like, without letting customers know where to go. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah, I know what you're saying. This is why I'm so scared of everybody building all their businesses on top of these platforms and not realizing that can happen. Now, to be very frank with you, bro, like, it's not that easy to get disabled. There's plenty of people that have clothing brands that are getting shout outs. So I don't know if you got really unlucky or if there's something you aren't telling me or if there's something you don't know what happened, but it's like, it's not that easy. Something happened. I don't know what. What I would say is this. The lesson here is you can never be reliant on just one platform. It can't just be about Instagram. It can't just be about YouTube. It can't just be about Twitter, right? You have to ways to communicate with people outside of just one way. You need to collect cell phone numbers, you need to collect email addresses, you need to build up profiles on all sorts of platforms. I don't know what other advice I can really give you. I think what you need to do is go back into the comments of every shout out you got. Some of them probably disappeared. Some are still there. Hashtags. The truth is, sometimes you just start over.
Yeah.
I know. Okay. I mean, like outside of like, listen, send me an email to Gary at VaynerMedia. I'll see if I can dig in. Truth is, I don't have any big relationship with Instagram more than the next guy. Maybe I'll take a look, but like, other than getting it reinstated, which is hard because it's a big company. It's not like Zuck is like, yeah, cool about you. Like, so I think you got to restart and be smart. Build up. One thing I think people need to build up is cell phone numbers. Like do contests, give people reasons to give you their cell phone number. That doesn't go away so easy. More of that.
I was doing like the whole Mailchimp and everything. So I still have the email address. But getting somebody to email.
Yeah. Well, give them a reason. Listen, here's what I would do. I would send them an email right now then to everybody and say, look, building back up my account. Go follow me here and doing this, giving away 50 hats. Like give them incentives to get back into the following of you. All right.
Thank you.
Good luck, man.
One other question.
Yeah.
Is the address for your thing available online? I can just send you some gear, or
yes, it's on VaynerMedia. Put it to attention, Tyler. Just at Tyler Network. He's at Tyler Network. He thinks he's fancy. Cool. Thank you, man. Appreciate you, man. Stay well. Lesson there, very simple. Everybody's doing it right now. You can't be reliant on just one platform. Everybody, this is deja vu 2004. All my friends hitting me up like, yo, Google fucked me. They did an algorithm change. I used to be the first result for hats. Now on page 19, my business collapsed. I'm like, yeah, build brand, build other funnels. You never want to be at the mercy of a platform's, singular impact on your business. Now, you can also run short businesses and you extract the most you can. This is why you always want to build the biggest brand. You want to build multiple things. I highly recommend all of you to build out different places. Who is this? Ty? Build out different places. Do not be at the mercy of platforms. Email and phone number have been.
Hello?
Ty?
Yeah.
This is Gary Vaynerchuk and you're on the Ask Gary Vee show.
Holy shit.
Where are you from, brother? Orlando's in the house. Good to see you. What can I help you with?
Well, I didn't get that last part.
What can I help you with? What can I answer for you?
So I'm in high school right now, and I'm like just a hair away from dropping out, and I really don't know what to do.
Okay, well, give me some more context. How old are you?
17.
Are you in your junior year?
Yes.
Will your parents punch you in the face?
Probably.
And you want to drop out because?
I really just want to pursue my business aspirations, but I don't know if I like that to get on my case about it. I don't know.
I hear you. So are you good at business? Are you making money right now?
Yeah, I actually just opened a Shopify store, and I've been using Facebook ads to bring in revenue, and it's been working out pretty well.
What are you selling?
Just iPhone cases right now. About to start putting that ads on there too.
So I think the thing that you need to think about is, do you actually have a, like, look, dropping out of high school is pretty high risk because the world still gives a shit about that if you ever have to get another job. Now,
Yeah.
if you are willing to eat shit for the next 12 years and live with like 13 roommates in a studio in Orlando, like, to drop, like, you know, you know me, I'm pure entrepreneur. I speak very aggressively against school's value to real entrepreneurs. What you gotta promise me, Ty, is this. Like, you gotta really figure out if you're a good entrepreneur. Like, this is a very high risk move. Like, high school, like, that's like, we're now getting into like no high school diploma. You're getting into no jobs. Like, you've gotta basically know at a very young age, which is very hard at 17, if you're willing to take this massive risk, because you can't get a job anywhere that doesn't pay anything above minimum wage if you're unable to be successful.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, do you, like, have you, like, you know what I'm scared of? You've heard me talk about this. Like, are you into it because entrepreneurship's cool now, or were you like not breathing when you were 7 and always wanted to sell blow pops?
I mean, like, it really first started, like, I was in middle school, and everybody started smoking Smarties, and my first instinct was, like, I went to Walmart, bought a fat-ass pack of Smarties, and started selling Smarties before I got in trouble.
Good, that's a good start. I actually like that. That means your natural intuition is to be a sales guy. Here's what I would say. You know, listen, nobody hated school more than me, and I was able to eat that shit. So, I mean, at some level, like, I don't know, like, why do you want to quit? Like, can't you just mail it in? They're gonna push you through the system anyway.
I mean, it wouldn't be like dropping out, it'd be more like getting my GED, you know?
But why not just, like, go have fun for 6 hours a day, like, network and, like, do, like, consumer insights and just, like do what I do. I literally did nothing. I didn't pay attention in class. I never did homework. I got F's on all my tests. They're still gonna push you through the system.
True.
And then you just go and just, like, you're never gonna be 17 again. You're never gonna live in a life. You're never gonna live in a life. You drop out now, you got stress. You got no fucking stress now. You might think Mrs. Thompson is a pain in the ass. That ain't shit compared to real life.
Yeah, I hear you.
And socially, like, it's gonna be more fun if you're in school. Like, what kind of grades are you getting? D's and F's, or are you kind of like still?
Oh, no, I'm doing well.
Good, get D's and F's. Here's what I would say. Do fake dropping out. Get D's and F's.
Okay.
And, like, use your time thinking about your business. Like, I used to read the Wine Spectator in class. Like, I would just roll into science class and just, I don't know, look at your phone when you're not looking, or just daydream about strategies.
Mhm.
I think there's just a way to play. I think there's a way for you to have your cake and eat it too, where your dad doesn't whip your and my ass at the same time.
All right, yeah, I hear that.
So, like if you really want to drop out of school, the first move is to just get really bad grades and get through.
Yeah.
I think you're just going to the extreme.
Yeah, I hear you for sure. I needed this. I appreciate it.
My pleasure, man. Keep me updated, okay?
Yeah, of course.
All right, take care.
You too.
And by the way, flipping like iPhone cases, like it's not a good business. Like, you'll get caught. The algorithm will change. You're commoditized. You're doing sales. You're not building a business. Way too many people are getting confused. So understand what that means and get back to me, and then we can have this discussion again.
Okay, appreciate it, Gary.
All right, man. Take care. Bye. I mean, if you told me I was going to keep kids in school, I would pay you real money. Getting soft in my older age. That was fun. That was interesting. Yeah, I mean, I think what Ty did, he's a young man, but I think a great way for me to segue. Obviously, I think finding my cadence here, giving advice on top of advice while we do the phone call thing. You don't have to go 0 to 100. This is why I created. Oh no, I can point to it. In Crush It, I wrote about 7 p.m. to 2 in the morning because you don't have to quit your job to follow your dream. You can just quit your bullshitting, and you can quit your watching TV, and you can quit your leisure to build your dream. And so I'm quite practical from all my insanity, and that's the advice I give Ty right now. You don't have to go from doing pretty well in high school to dropping out of high school. Just mail it in.
Adam said can't use high school as a market research.
Of course you can use high school market research. Sell to the kids from high school, dick. Come on. Okay, Adam. Who's this?
Hello, Gary.
This is Gary. What's your name?
Hello.
Hello, this is Gary. What's your name?
Oh my God, I'm trembling. I can't believe this.
You made it.
Wow. Okay, my name is. I'm so shocked. Sorry. My name is Himana. I've been in the helper. I'm a fan of yours since I found you. I honestly so shocked. I had a friend who was trying to get.
Hold on. Let's calm down for a second. Where are you from? How old are you?
Sorry, I'm trembling. I'm 24. I'm originally from Venezuela, and I'm currently living in Boston.
Okay, awesome. But wait, are you a Patriots fan?
No, I'm not a Patriots fan. I like that they were able to unite us.
Let's not go any further. Let's keep going. All right, so.
Yeah, no worries.
What can I help you?
Building my second business, trying to connect teachers from Venezuela and the U.S., just trying to help out in the professional development. So let's say that you were a student, that you were what classes or what techniques would you tell teachers to really use for students, considering many of them are very entrepreneurial?
So one more time, help me understand what business you're trying to do. You're trying to sell consulting or something of that nature?
No. So I'm trying to do a nonprofit in the ed tech space.
Ed tech, okay, perfect. And so you've got a two-sided marketplace, or who's the client? Who's the customer you're trying to reach? The teacher?
So the client would end up being not necessarily a teacher, but it would primarily go through the school, and it would serve as a professional development course that would take either 6 weeks to a year.
I see.
And
so are you selling to the district or the superintendent? Like, who are you selling your ad tech to?
No. So I'm selling to the private schools in Venezuela. The public schools in Venezuela are so deteriorated that I wouldn't even make a dent in them.
So here's my problem. The biggest reason I'm successful is because I day trade attention and understand markets. The truth is, I'm so not versed in the current state of private schools in Venezuela that I can't reverse engineer the decision makers.
So the question would be if
curriculum is more entrepreneurial curriculum.
So yeah, what would you do for teachers to learn more entrepreneurial curriculum?
I think the problem for me. So are you asking about the curriculum that is taught to the kids? Yeah. The problem is I don't know the current state of the Venezuelan market because I know enough about the post-Hugo Chavez regime there. To me, it's tough to teach entrepreneurship. So I would never want to teach entrepreneurship in places that weren't complete capitalistic environments because I come from a communist country and I'm scared to give advice curriculum-wise that wouldn't bode well for the kids because they have to navigate through uncharted waters or a new regime. So I'm going to ask you because you're from there. Like, what's the state of the union of entrepreneurial opportunities for people within that environment that aren't kickbacking and paying the government that would shut them down if they got any leverage?
Actually, surprisingly enough, there are a ton of entrepreneurs in Venezuela that aren't necessarily just doing it for the need of getting food and stuff. A lot of them have to do with the social impact space. Like there's Anti-Club in Caracas, which has made a huge dent in it. So what I want to do is be able to connect. Sorry?
No, I'm listening. I'm trying to think on the spot because it's not.
No, great.
It's cool. So let me ask you a question. One of the things that has caught my attention is how underpriced the attention on social networks in Venezuela is. I would tell you one of the things I would give a lot of thought to. So do you feel comfortable building your brand and putting out content to that market?
Yeah, because I think I could be able to find investors that would be able to really help out. So I'm a grad student right now. The only reason I'm really grad was the need to be able to leave the country, simply because of how deteriorated it was. But I know there's such a huge level of people who are trying to reinvent the country.
The best piece of advice I can give you is creating original content to the theory of this and in specifics and running ads against individuals within the marketplace because it's an underpriced attention grab on Facebook ads.
Okay, thank you so much. I just want to say, so one other thing. I hustle so much, and I'm so inclined to be able to make money from it. I was actually banned from WeWork for simply being a nice person and not being on people's doors. So I was just going to say, I'm so happy that you actually answered my call. I am so proud of you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Have a great day.
You too.
God, I love her passion, her voice. I think key, last one, I think key in general of that call for me is stay in your lane. As much as I want to give her advice, I think that you got to know where your limits end. And I think knowing the market is imperative. I think when I look at the market, it's even right now we're doing a lot of transcription. Like I'm enjoying so much reading the comments. I'm hitting the Facebook Translate. I'm reading the feedback of all these different countries because every market has its own nuances. I've got America mapped intuitively. It's in me. I'm in it, and I can roll. And I think other markets like the UK market, Western Europe, I feel comfortable. But you start getting into a post-dictator socialism regime like that as well. I just don't know the nuances. And so you need to be careful when you're giving advice to stay within your lane. Piece of advice, Stacey, that a lot of you need to pay attention to. Last one. Over here.
This is Stacey.
Stacey, this is Gary.
Hey, Gary, what's going on?
Life is good, Stace. How about you?
Everything's good. I appreciate you on so many different levels. I think you have the blueprint on so many different things. That's why I had to talk to you.
Well, thank you. Where are you from?
I'm from Vegas. I'm in Las Vegas right now.
Love it. What can I help you with?
Couple questions. I have been hustling in all different realms from being with text to, startup text, e-commerce, as a college athlete, all of that. And I know it's preparing me to kind of have success in the way I'm going. So I started my marketing company to help small businesses in regards to their social media presence and really try to help them to the next level.
Okay.
But then I'm hearing you every single day, like people need to fall in love with you, people need to fall in love with the brand. So I'm going to do exactly that from my businesses, my success, my failures. I've had success when I was young. I didn't have a model business in place to kind of maintain that.
Yep.
So this time around, I kind of want to share my journey with people.
Understood.
You suggest I do something else? How would you try to plug that in to kind of like help me along my journey?
Meaning, how do you interweave your journey?
Correct.
So what platform are you communicating on as a human?
Instagram, and I'm going to be starting my YouTube channel.
Right, so that part where you said I'm going to be starting mine, that's the part we need to address. You don't need a D-Rock. Your D-Rock is your phone. You need to start creating.
Yes, sir.
That's it. It's that crazy, Stacey. It's so crazy, right? And like, the answer is of course. You've been hearing me. You don't need me. The blueprint I have is free. You know it already. You just gotta do it. So the answer is yes. I think, and by the way, there's even Instagram. If you just did Instagram, you can use your Instagram account to do your content and your marketing, and you can use your Instagram stories to do your vlog. It's incredible. We have so many tools. We're so goddamn lucky, Stace.
I know. No,
You and I are doing a drive-time radio show right now that would cost millions of dollars to distribute just 20 years ago. I'm holding up some weird fucking phone and like other Tyler's got cameras, 40 live streams going on. Like we're living in unprecedented times. You just have to do.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much, Gary.
Do you agree? I'm trying to read your reaction.
No, I said I appreciate you so
No,
much.
I heard that.
I read every book, I see every live stream. Yes, it's in the process. Like,
But
you have it ordered.
you know what I mean? Like, you don't need to order jack shit. Fuck a fucking camera. Fuck lighting. Like, you got a phone.
Okay.
Stace, what I'm scared of is everybody's reading my books and watching everything and reading, everybody's motivated, everybody's ordering the equipment. It's like, you know who I'm always scared that all my followers are? You ever see that guy who like buys Roger Federer sneakers and wristbands and he's got an $800 racket and he's got the headband and the water bottle and he drinks the $8 fucking electrolytes coconut water and he stretches for 15 minutes and then he goes on the court and loses 6 love?
Yes.
That's what I'm scared of. What winners do, which is put into practice. I want you to take the tennis ball and hit it against the wall because that's all you got, a shitty racket and your wall, and you just keep hitting it over and over and over again.
Yes, sir, absolutely.
I still don't believe you. I don't believe that you're gonna hang up and
I'm
do
going
it.
to get my phone. I'm going to use my iPhone.
What's your Instagram account? What is your Instagram account?
STACPENA. Stace Pinion.
Great. I'm gonna keep an eye on you.
Absolutely.
Don't let me
I'm on
down.
it. I promise.
Do not let the Vayner Nation down because they will go on you and troll the shit out of you in a week.
I'm there. I got you. I promise.
Good luck.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Question of the day. How many of you are that bullshit tennis player? You keep asking questions. I'll keep answering them.
No, my answer, my only concern with sports has always been like, I never wanted to get pigeonholed because being a female in sports, but now I'm pigeonholed a different way because being a female in tech, it's like, oh, female in tech, sign her up.
Carla,
Like,
you're a minority woman. You're gonna be pigeonholed your whole life. Like, people get pigeonholed. Like,
you don't get pigeonholed. You break out the box and make up your own shit.
I get pigeonholed. My first article about VaynerMedia was Wine Boy wants to start agency. People get pigeonholed. Like, you know the best way not to be pigeonholed? Execute.
Yeah.
Punch him in the fucking mouth. Right? Like we're all pigeonholed, whether, you know, no matter where you come from or what, everybody's pigeonholed. Do you know the level of disrespect I have for white rich kid on the Upper East Side? I don't think white rich boy, I don't think he has fire. I pigeonhole him that he's been given everything and he can't be me. So like everybody's pigeonholed. So instead of like everybody debating, everybody being pigeonholed and their one struggle, the whole game is what you've executed.
Yeah, I want to be known for not just sports, like, I can do most.
Well, you've already done that. You've already done that. The last 4 things you've done haven't been that. I think we all have too much ego. Like when people say to me, oh, sorry, I didn't know who you were, like if I'm in a good setting, like South by run, I'm always like, I know. Like 99% of people don't know who I am. Do you know what I mean? So I think like the other thing with pigeonholing is like I tell my people all the time, like, your ego is getting the best of you. Like nobody really gives a fuck.
True. Very true.
Right? Right? So like I'm not worried about that. To me, it's the reverse. To me, it's like shit, that's the game you love. So there's something to be done there. The other thing you're feeling here is I want to get a deal done. Let's just get right to it. And if we can't, great. We got a long journey. We've been doing 16 years. But I think a lot of people just take meetings, pander to, like they take up time because they're not trying to get anything done. I'm trying to get things done. Podcast listeners, I really appreciate you giving me your ear. I respect it. I appreciate it. You want 1-star this shit? Cool. But if you want 5-star it, even better.
Thanks for tuning in to the Gary V audio experience. Today, Gary makes his way back from Newark and hops on Instagram Live for a Q&A. Special appearance from Scooter Braun.
Checking connection. 3, 2, 1, blast off. What up, Instagram? Happy Sunday afternoon. I'm sure some of you are watching football. I will not be doing that because I'm bitter. And so only if I go to the Super Bowl on business will I be seeing any football. Caught 1 second of the Steelers-Dolphins game just as I was filming some stuff right now. Good to see you, Brandon. Good to see you. What up? Big ups. I am Mackenzie Ball. Good to see you. Ask your question. Go. I'm ready to answer it. That's exactly what's going on right now. Other Tyler Babin is in the house filming episode 123, which we will have up tomorrow. Yeah, the next jacket is legit. Looking for your questions, looking to fill content for this episode. This is going to be the meat of the episode. CrossFit, thank you so much. I like this hat too. Enjoying it right now, at least. I'm not usually big on like the pattern thing, but like, you know, as I'm becoming a fashion icon, I'm just kidding. That one never. All right. Bless you back. Thank you for the love. Billy, I'll be doing a lot more meetups. Actually, that's what I want to do. I want to do a meetup soon. I might do a New York meetup. I haven't really done a New York meetup. Actually, Thursday, late night, maybe like at 11 p.m. Because because the way I looked at the dinner, the problem with meetups is I get stuff like 2-3 hours, right? And I have such early workouts. I'll figure it out. I think a New York meetup is appropriate, and maybe a Thursday night. Anyway, Emily McDonough, good to see you. I thought you liked the fashion icon thing. Busy, good to see you. When you're being taken advantage of, and advantage of, comma, when do you pull back? If you feel like you're being, so I feel like I'm being taken advantage of by employees, by partners all the time, but I use that as my leverage. And the second that I don't want that leverage anymore, I cut bait. So, I'm surprised by people who ask, when do I cut bait or pull back when I'm being taken advantage of? You need to be on strategy. If you feel like the leverage is there, if you feel like you want to cash in on something in 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, 15 years, then that's super. And I would do that. There's an enormous amount of relationships that I'm willing to be taken advantage of, quote unquote, bringing more value, my whole life. As a matter of fact, I think you guys all know, I'm pretty much built on the 5149, so I'm trying to force being taken advantage of at all times, because I think that's the ultimate leverage. Now, when things get gross and it's 97.3, and I don't think that 3 is going to bring me any value, there's times where I can cut bait. And I think it comes in the form of giving free advice. Probably the biggest place where I have to cut back is so many people getting kind of one-on-one answers from me in DM, in email, in social. I'm trying, but I have to do it for my own team, my own world. So that's why I've tripled down on public stuff. And though I'm a hypocrite because I just spent 4 hours on a flight answering several emails in detail. So anyway, let's see what else. Questions. Fire away. I like the clown emoji. How to retain good talent. Roki, only one way, my friends, to keep good talent: communication. Just gotta know. Tyler's great talent, really talented. Like, I think you're super talented. And all I need to do is make him feel safe to ask me if he wants more challenges, more money, different opportunities. If he sees Vayner talent people are traveling a lot, and that's what right now he's happy about doing my content, right? But maybe he wants to, you just have to communicate. Life changes, ups and downs, ebbs and flows. What you have to do is, if you have great talent, you have to remind them on the macro the value you're actually bringing them, because especially with youth, you get very impatient real fast. But I think I'm winning that game more and more because people seeing how different career paths happen within the org if they buy into that patience. But it comes down to communication, my friend. Just communicate. The problem is most of you don't want to ask the talent what they want because you don't want to give it to them. The key of retaining talent is not only asking, it's being able to deliver on what they want and having the humility and the honor and the empathy to let that bird fly if you're unable to feed it. Luckily for me, I got so much fucking feeder in my backpack, I got enough feeder for the fucking world, which is why I'm not scared to communicate. I like that analogy. All right, let's keep going. How do I conquer the fear of failure? A little bit over my pay grade, Robert. I think it's individual, but I do think fear is predicated on caring about what other people think, and or your own self-esteem and your own self-worth. Since I think I'm the best and love myself the most, and I genuinely don't care what anybody says, though I appreciate it and I'm empathetic and take into account what everybody says, I'm able to be fearless when it comes to business. When I was a teenager, early 20s, I wouldn't hit on some girls that I liked because I was fearful that my friends would make fun of me for losing, and that's why I wasn't 100% fearful in that. And I wish in hindsight I was 100% fearless in that world too, because that would have been fun too. So that's the key. It's feeling great about yourself. And because I felt great about myself as a boyfriend material, and not being worried about what other people think. I've been able to conquer that dramatically in the business world from day one. But I've had my categories where I'm not that way, and so I think a lot of you can consider that as well. All right, all good. Jeremy Green, all good. Ellen, good to see you. Hey, female version of you. Simple flat to see you in the comments all the time. Appreciate it. Who's D-Rock? D-Rock is the gentleman who started filming Daily V. This is not D-Rock. This is other Tyler. D. Rose, how do I remain motivated? Listen, we've covered this so much, but Tyler cut this into this one because it's always important, and there's always new people. 400 trillion to 1. Not realizing that you won the lotto being a person, not realizing that you have it so good. I stay motivated through gratitude. Gratitude is the secret drug. It is the gateway drug to the motivation drug. So many of you, when you first encounter me, I read the comments, cokehead, what drugs he on, this and that. You just don't realize what purity of utter happiness looks like. And when you are grateful, that leads to motivation, that leads to the hyper nature. Of course, there's certain chemicals within inside of me that give me a lot of energy and things of that nature, but gratitude is absolutely the beast that drives my motivation and excitement. I want to squeeze every single thing out of this life. I want to squeeze every ounce out of this life because it's the only one I've got. All right, let's see what's going on here. What other questions can we answer? People always confuse you being hyper and outgoing with being somebody else, for sure. Tips on not giving a damn about what other people think. Well, I don't know if exactly I know how to answer that. I think practice helps. And I think sometimes there's a plug that you need to unplug that opens it all up. So my intuition is that a lot of people care what other people think because of the way they were parented. So I think the toughest conversation with your mom and or dad, or both if you're very unfortunate, could really open up. Having a real face-to-face with your parents and saying that, hey mom, you always putting me down created the insecurity that I live with now, so fuck you, and however you want to say that, I think could be getting poison off your chest, kind of unplugging it and starting to let the positivity flow. One of the things that I'm absolutely most passionate about and have really unlocked for myself over the last 3 years is my ability to instill confidence and optimism into other people. And I've held that off for a long time because I've been very fearful of becoming a motivational speaker. But I think if you've been following my social last couple days, I've been starting to use this term of, I'm an entrepreneur with motivational tendencies, similar to the entrepreneurial tendencies that I talked to you guys about. So I think I've been selfish over the last 5 years, where I was a little more quiet than I've been in the last 2 years, because I didn't want to be known for just my personal brand. I want to build a business, and that's great. And now that I've achieved that again with VaynerMedia, I think I'm on the offense again, as you guys can tell this year, with the way Instagram rolls, with the idea of being okay with getting into that slight motivational category, just because it helps so many people. And so I've got to be fair. And the truth is, and I'm aware of this, if my KPI, if my ultimate goal is to have as many people show up to my funeral, nobody watching right now, 2,500 people on a Sunday, are going to come to my funeral because I amassed $2.9 billion worth of wealth. They're going to come because of how I impacted their lives. Their grandkids are going to come because they have to go see that man because he's the one that got grandma to start the business that changed our lives. So I'm aware. Let's see what's going on here. Flipping cars is good. I'm glad to hear that. People pitching their websites. A little too right hooky for me. I'm excited about the Alvin Kamara, Jalen Reed. We've done really well with those 2 Volts. Thank you. Tennessee in the house. Big ups Venezuela. Corey Brown, my man. Good to see you. Real family. Won't sell the jacket, but I appreciate the offer. Actually, $1 million man said everything's got a price. I would sell this jacket for $5,000. So if anybody wants to PayPal me that, it'll be yours. I'll sign the sleeve. Try to get a little more value. What up, Montreal? California, Flacco, 32. Good to see you. Little boys, good to see you. Long Beach, Cali, what's up? Mr. Slammy, good to see you. Fashawn, good to see you. Big up Spain. Juan, love you. Or Pitt, good to see you in India. Ben Simmons, I think he's a real player. I only caught him a little bit in LSU, but that's I think he's got something. How do you delegate tasks to your team? How do you follow up? My man, him. I'm gonna pin this because you got Heyman. Great to see you, man. First of all, you're the best. I'm gonna pin this. I want everybody following this man because he's original Web 2.0, fucking OG. Bro, I think you're gonna like this, and I think you've watched me from afar for a long time. And I don't know how K Rose did it because I know you jammed with him. My big thing is that I genuinely don't think most things matter, and so I'm very big on Lack of ego is why I'm good at delegating. I actually think way too many people suck at delegating because they're egotistical, and they don't deploy enough humility, and they actually are micromanaging out of their own insecurities. And so it's very easy for me to delegate because I trust people, and I trust them up front. You know, my dad always says, you've got to earn my trust, and I always say, I'm giving you trust, and you've got to lose it, and actually it's kind of hard to lose. I think that's allowed me to go fast, it's allowed me to scale, I think it's a differentiator, and I don't think anything can really cripple me, and so I give them the room. I think delegation has a lot to do with ego and insecurities, and I watch, and I'm able to do a lot of things by giving people room, and to me, if I'm doing 97 things, and 97 people are helping me, and they're all ranging from, if a 10 was perfect execution, from a 4.2 to a 9.7, doing 97 things from a 4.2 to a 9.7 is a hell of a lot better than doing 1 or 2 things at a 10.0. It's a net score game, and that's how I'm wired, and that's how I strategize. And then as people prove that they can do 9.2, 8.7 work, I move them up, and if they prove they can do 11.0 work, I remind them that they maybe should be doing something for themselves. So that's the bottom line. That's how I think about it. That was some fire. That was some fire. If you know what, if you get it, if you really get it, that was some good stuff. Are yard sales a good idea? Absolutely, Ivy. Yard sales is, in my opinion, the best flip, even better than Goodwill and thrift stores. Garage sales are people just trying to get rid of stuff. And I've made my biggest ROI on individual stuff. I love the thrill of the hunt. Now, obviously, things like the dollar store, Marshalls, TJ Maxx, Alibaba, places where you can buy bulk could lead to bigger money all over overall. Hey, man, that was pretty good, right? Like, I'm excited, man. I see the caps. I know you know my stuff for a long time. I also know that I haven't answered that question a lot, so I hope you got some value out of that. But I love you, and I hope a bunch of people followed him. Great designer. You're welcome very much, my man. It's really good to see you. Anyway, so I love yard sales and garage sales because I love the thrill of the hunt. It's the one place where you can buy something for $1 and sell for 90, and you can do that 4, 5, 6 times a day, a Saturday. And so I'm a big fan. And watching so many of you do the $20,170 eBay flip challenge. It's not just eBay. You know, it's for clarity. Let's get to the episode. Let go. And Facebook Marketplace seems to be crushing it for a lot of people trying to sell premium things like sneakers, Craigslist, Etsy. You know, buying stuff and kind of like Tyler, I feel like you'd be good at Etsy because you've got that kind of Brooklyn creative thing going on. Like I wouldn't be as good at Etsy because I'm just not that cool or creative. But like I feel like somebody who's really got that artistic vibe can go garage selling and understand what would play as hipster and buy something for $1 and just really repackage it and sell for 30 on Etsy instead of 4 on eBay. eBay's like a store. eBay's like Walmart, whereas Etsy's like that cool shop in Greenpoint that you can charge a whole lot more for. You know, it's the same thing. So it's marketplace dynamics. The more you guys become educated, it's no different than the way I trade attention. What's underpriced, what's overpriced. Instagram underpriced right now. As you can tell, I'm going all in. What's overpriced? Tumblr. Tumblr's overpriced. It's not a good place to use my time when I say priced right now, not the ad units. So once you understand what's underpriced and overpriced on Etsy, on Facebook Marketplace, on eBay, on Craigslist, on Letgo, on all these different new apps that sell, and once you understand what's underpriced and overpriced at TJ Maxx, Marshalls, the dollar store, Five Below, and Goodwill, other thrift stores, and flea markets, which I don't love, and yard sales and garage sales, town-wide sale. When you Google from March to October, town-wide garage sale, when you can get 30, 40, 50, 60 garage sales in a 2-hour period, you can clean house. So I'm watching people, by the way, for clarity, let's get this in here as well. It is a $20,170 profit game. You gotta make profit. What kind of game do you think this is? You can make $20,170 and lose money. There's no use in that. All right. By the way, though, it's been an explosion on Twitter. Continue, like, I don't know if you've seen it, like just an explosion on Twitter. Oh my God, did you see that our theme song to the Daily V was used by the NFL today?
I did. It's blown up so fast. It's crazy.
Anyway, live video is probably slow because I'm in the tunnel. Sorry about that. Gary, I'm a loser for not using social media, the $600 phone for marketing myself. Thank you for the content. You're welcome. I don't read books. Digital monk. Sorry about that. What percentage of revenue of marketing? Every business is different. A lot of people like to use 5%, 10%. I historically like to use 20, 30 because I believe in marketing so much. Nate, you stay confident by taking a step back and really, understand. Scooter Braun in here saying I'm never intense. Turn it up. Scooter, I love you. Everybody should be following Scooter, but they already are. He's got 2 million plus followers because he's the best. Scooter, you know what's fun for me with Scooter? What's fun for me with Scooter is I realized, my God, when I'm 50, 60, 70, I'll be able to say, like, I knew Scooter before. Like, I knew him after he signed Justin, but to, like, be able to, like, Scooter's literally gonna be one of the 10, 15 people the world talks about from a business and entertainment, from a business standpoint. And he'll obviously be that king of music the way I want to be that king of social. But, like, I meet all these tycoons now. Scooter, I'm sure you're meeting all these people too, like, the 70, 80, 90-year-old leaders of the world. And then sometimes you'll see 2 of them together. I was with Bob Arum, the boxing manager and promoter, and Steve Wynn, the hotel billionaire. And it was funny, they're just talking about knowing each other for 40 years. I'm like, oh my God, that's what it's gonna be like with me and Scooter. And then some of the other friends I think of. So anyway, Scooter, continue success, man. Continue success, brother. Much love for you. You're like, it's been so fun. And by the way, guys like Scooter and I, like, when we're aggressive and high energy making stuff happen, people want to knock you down along the way. I love when it crosses over. Nobody talks shit about Scooter now because it's too dangerous because you're gonna lose. They may not like something he did, but nobody's not gonna say he's like everybody knows he's already succeeded. So like you eliminate that opportunity. Like I love that crossover when you can't find anybody who has the audacity to actually say, well, they're not gonna win. That to me is the moment. I love that moment. So anyway, yeah, Steve was cool. Sigler, he is an eccentric dude. We're talking a lot about new media. We're talking business. How do you fill hotel rooms using the world I believe in versus the world that he believes in? And so that was fun. Let's see what else. Okay, hold on one second. I'm just got an important text. Love it. Love you too, Scooter. Good to see you. That was fun to talk about you. Okay, what's going on here now? I'm in the protein food business. My product costs $9.50. I'm trying to decide whether to sell between 30 or 40. What do you think? Mo, I would really look at the competitive landscape. If all your competitors are selling their product for 40, and that's the range, then I'd probably go 37. I think people are stunningly naive about price mattering. Everybody likes to talk about, my product is so good, this and that. Price is a factor. It's one of the core pillars in society. So I always like to have a little bit of a competitive advantage on price. It's how I built my library. It's how I built VaynerMedia. It's how I built my speaking career. I eat my own dog food. I'll go free from the beginning. If I don't have leverage, my shit is free. So many of you are fancy. So many of you are fancy right now. You think you're a great filmmaker. You're a great filmmaker, great. Like, let the market then pay for you. Like, the market is the market. It doesn't matter what you and your best friend from college think. It matters what the market thinks. And so every time I think about pricing, I think about how much leverage do I have. If nobody knows who I am, and by the way, I've done this every time I've gone to new genres. I was really successful as a wine retailer, but nobody knew me as a marketing agency, so I gave that shit away. Too many fancy fuckers coming out the gate. Too many. Anyway, what else is going on here? Let's see what else is going on here. All right, I'm gonna catch up on a little work before I walk into the house. Hope you guys have a great Sunday. They've got plenty of content for you. And I will talk to you guys later. I appreciate the love. I appreciate the word of mouth. Before I sign off, so many of you, the amount of people that are screen shooting these live feeds and then posting it on Instagram and tagging me and giving me a shout out and trying to get friends to follow me means the world to me. It means so much to me. I really appreciate it. And the word of mouth is the best way you can pay back with free content. I do appreciate that. It means a lot to me. More than you think. It's not so much that I get 4 followers from your post. It's that you care enough about me to post it. That's one of your Instagram posts. So, love you guys. Have a great week.
Now it's time to get rich. Hey, now it's time to get rich.
Podcast listeners, I really appreciate you giving me your ear. I respect it. I appreciate it. You want 1-star this shit? Cool. But if you want 5-star it, even better. You know, I've been thinking a lot lately about this whole journey, how entrepreneurship has become something of a status and has been put on a pedestal. I've also been thinking about how scary it is when something becomes cool or interesting and what that creates. And I've been pondering that quite a bit, which is the differences between being an entrepreneur and being a successful entrepreneur. You know, putting the fact that you're a CEO in your Instagram profile doesn't mean that it's what you're gonna be able to do for the rest of your life. And what I'm really concerned about is that we have lived, both in Canada and US, with basically an 8 to 9 year macro, almost a decade of good economic growth. We just have. You know, obviously there was a crash in the US in 2008 or 9, but if you look at the data, we're probably on the tail end of economic growth. You know, obviously nobody knows, otherwise they would make trillions of dollars. But one of the things I did want to talk to you guys about today is practicality. So for example, if you're running a business right now and it's predicated on raising money, or you raise money and you lose money each month, it's probably a really good idea to change course pretty quickly. Because the biggest issue for me right now is that we have a lot of people who want to build brands, who want to become influencers, who want to start companies, but they're not putting in the pieces that actually allow them to weather the storm. You know, the thing that I'm most proud of is the 2 biggest businesses I've ever built. I basically started them during very difficult times. When I first got involved in my dad's liquor store business, it was the late 90s, and just about a year and a half into my journey, I guess 2 years into my journey, the stock market crashed and all the internet companies folded, and all the people that were making money that I was targeting to sell wine stopped having money to buy wine. And then right behind that, because most of my business was New York and New Jersey based, even though we were building an internet company, it was only about a year later that 9/11 happened, and not only, you know, changed, I mean, for anybody that lived in the New York, New Jersey area, it was much more compounded for us because we lost loved ones, and I remember I lost 100 employees from one organization in one day. I had to go in hand by hand and take their emails out because everybody passed away from Cantor Fitzgerald that worked in that office. So I persevered through that because I was practical, because I didn't have a lot of overhead, and because I wasn't romantic, I wasn't dreaming. I knew that I had to buy and sell wine and liquor and beer, and I had to make sure that my expenses weren't greater than the money I was bringing in. VaynerMedia started in the ashes of the economic meltdown of the US. When I started VaynerMedia, people didn't want to pay $5,000, let alone the $50,000 or $100,000 they pay us a month now for our services. When I started VaynerMedia, you know, it's funny, I watch everybody watch my journey now, and you know, there's that cliche thing of like overnight success, right? I'm gonna have this TV show come out this June, and it's gonna change my profile, right? I'm gonna sit on a stage with will.i.am and Gwyneth Paltrow and Jessica Alba for this Apple show that I'm about to do, and everybody's gonna say, where'd you come from? That happened overnight. You know, and it's even really happened in social. I'm sure for a lot of you, you've only really even have known about me for the last 6 months or so, even though I've been putting out content online for 10 years every single day. And so the thing that I've been really thinking about is practicality. Like VaynerMedia, even though I had already built a nice sized business, it wasn't like I was extracting a lot of money out of Wine Library. And so when AJ and I started VaynerMedia 7 years ago, we started it out of a company called Buddy Media's conference room. For the first 2 years that I ran VaynerMedia, we had no rent. We first worked out of a conference room. We then worked out of a co-working space before the whole WeWork and co-working space revolution, and I bartered my time to help that company in exchange for a very small space. We didn't buy furniture, we scrapped. And I'd already made it, I was already rich, and we scrapped. And so the biggest thing that I want to implore everybody here today to do is to take a step back and think about how fancy are they? Are you going to be really, really, really ghetto? Do you really need that chair? Do you really need that piece of technology? Do you really need to fly that class? Like, I just think that we're living through an incredibly fancy culture of entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship and CEO status is quite sexy. People are selling a lifestyle that is filled with lots of fun and trips and champagne and bikinis and bling bling and all sorts of horse shit, right? And I just think that era of this era is going to come to an end somewhere within the next 5 years. And very honestly, I just don't want a lot of people in this room that dream to build their own businesses to have to go work at a bank or go work at a retail store. And so I would highly recommend something that I think is stunningly not talked about enough, which is if you're building a business, you have to be making money. And so I know that's like a funny thing to say, but what is really winning, right? Like, what is the definition of winning? I think we all have different definitions, right? And I think that one of the things that I also want to say is that I'm getting scared that a lot of people that are following my journey hear me talking about buying the New York Jets, and I do aspire to buy a $3 billion sports franchise. I do. It is what I want. You can look at my 5th grade yearbook long before business was cool. It's what I want to do. But I'm awfully scared that it's pressuring the people that follow me into trying to achieve things that they don't necessarily want. They just think it's the thing you do if you're trying to be a successful business person. Let me promise you something. I know tens of thousands of people. I know thousands of people extremely well. I know hundreds of people deeply well. There is no correlation between how much money someone makes and their level of happiness. I have friends who make $47,000 a year and are the happiest people I know. Their work-life balance is on point. They're part of 2 soccer teams. They play video games. They watch every show they want. They take 2 vacations that they scrap together, and they're freaking happy as hell. And I know tons of people who I grew up with in the Silicon Valley boom who have hundreds of millions of dollars in their bank account and are as miserable and as lonely and as broken as you'll ever see. So I implore all of you to please reverse engineer and figure out who you are and figure out what level of monetizing and stuff you need and what level of creativity you need. I promise you one thing that will catch you very off guard. I should be way more rich. I leave money on the table every day. I've left ungodly amounts of money on the table. I spend tons of time sending DMs and engaging with people, meeting people randomly and not cashing in. I actually believe the statement I'm about to make. I think that I love the journey and the game of entrepreneurship so much that I have subconsciously sabotaged my financial upside to make sure I can play this a little longer because I fear if the numbers keep getting too big, eventually it will take the fun out of it. When you are lucky enough, like I am, to actually do something that you love so much, do something that puts pressure against the one thing you care about besides it, which is the time I spend with my family. My family's my whole life. And being this and doing this is the only thing that cuts into that. I couldn't breathe if I wasn't an entrepreneur. I didn't breathe when I wasn't an entrepreneur. That's the reason I got D's and F's in school, because I just couldn't be me. And I'm not capable of that. And so I think being here excites me because I think coming to not LA, San Francisco, New York, London is always more fun for me. It always feels a little more practical. It always feels like there's a little bit more chips on the shoulder, which is what I have. But I want to remind everybody, just because you didn't grow up with a trust fund, just because you don't live in Silicon Valley, the market doesn't care. If you're good enough, you will win. And I hope that you don't. It's true. And if you sit around and ponder, well, if I didn't live here, or if my mom wasn't an alcoholic, or if I just learned about this earlier, or if I'd been following this person earlier, or if I wasn't born a woman, or if I wasn't born a minority. If you sit and do that, you are losing. You're not wrong. It's just that business and marketing and all this doesn't care. There's just no emotion in the market. Like, and that's it. And so I think we need to start having much deeper, much more serious conversations of practicality. You know, it's fun, and I love this space the most. But I loved it long before it was sexy. I loved it long before people wanted to take selfies with me. I loved it long before athletes and celebrities and rappers wanted to be entrepreneurs. It was my destiny. It was who I was. It was how I was wired. It was the only thing I knew. That's why the 4-year-old me ripped flowers out of yards and sold it. You don't read about being an entrepreneur at 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. I didn't jump on this because it's cool now and it makes me money and girls. I did it because it's all I ever was. And I implore you, if you came here to be an entrepreneur, but this talk allows you to realize you're really an artist, or you're really a number 3 in a company because you bring this level of energy and you don't want to be a number 1, because let me promise you something about being a number 1. I'm not an entrepreneur, I'm a firefighter. My entire life is taking care of crap, putting out fires. 24/7, 365, my whole life is, this is a problem. Fix this, and guess what? When you're the last line of defense, there's no blaming your boss. There's no blaming the logo. There's no blaming the government. It's all my fault. All of it. And so, it's super sexy, but what's not being talked about is the friends and acquaintances I have who committed suicide in the entrepreneur land the last 4 years, because nobody talks about the downside. Everybody thinks they're gonna be Zucks. Everybody thinks they're gonna build Snapchat. Go look at the data. The data shows that the far majority of this room will not succeed, not even close, to building an actual business. And I don't come here to be somber. I come here to remind you that there's only one thing you can do. The only thing you can do that can trump the moment mommy and daddy had sex to make you. The only thing that can trump that. The only thing that can trump your DNA. The only thing that is controllable. If you want it, if you want this, is work. It is. It's the only tangible, and by the way, I don't know if you guys have noticed, I've stopped even, and it's funny given the name of the conference, I've started using the word work more than the word hustle, just because I want everybody to understand what we're really talking about here. If you've got a big mouth, and a lot of you do here, search the hashtag, and a lot of you say CEO, founder, owner. I call that big mouth. If you've got the audacity to do it, when I audit you, and I do, because I'm curious, it's how I learn. People talk a big game. I especially love when somebody hits me up on social, like, Gary Vee, you're gonna buy the Jets, I'm gonna buy the Rams, you know? Everybody's buying a sports team, and I love to look at what that person does, and then I'll DM that person and be like, yo bro, nobody, unless they were a trust fund baby, ever bought the Rams when they go skiing for a week when they're 24. Nobody you know has become successful outside of it being given to them from their family. Nobody you know has actually created success without working their face off. It doesn't exist. So you can sit and talk about luck, and you can sit and talk about this, that, or the other thing, but I promise you, the only controllable thing you have is your work ethic. So, going back to the beginning of my talk, you need to deploy serious self-awareness and figure out who you are. I implore you to start matching your work ethic and your actions to your mouth. If you're gonna be a billionaire, you need to realize that most people that create $1 billion worth of wealth don't do anything besides work every single day of their 20s and 30s. All of them. Every person that works at VaynerMedia has taken more vacations in the last 13 months than I did in my entire 20s and early 30s. My family went on 2 family vacations my entire childhood. I was married to my wife for 5 years before we had a family. We took 2 vacations. It's the price you have to pay if you want it at the level that I want it at. And by the way, I advise nobody to want it at that level. I'm being dead serious. This is a very true statement that I think most of you will not believe, but I'm telling you it's the goddamn truth. If there was a drug that could take some ambition out, I would take it. It is so extreme. It is all in. The reason I started Daily V was to remind you that I'm outworking you. That when you talk and you're trying to figure it out, when you're trying to say you're gonna be like me, I want you to see it. I want you to see every other day, 5 a.m. I want you to see every day, midnight. All of them. Every day. Always. Forever. That's what it takes for what I want. Good news is, between what I want and what is achievable and is considered unbelievably all-time happy is a big gap. So there's plenty of vacation time. I know tons of people with vacation time. I know tons of people with work-life balance. I know tons of people that do tons of fun activities and that make 7-figure, millions of dollars a year and love it. I'm playing for legacy. I'm playing for all time. I'm looking to impact every generation that comes behind me because I want to show that you can build all-time wealth, all-time greatness, doing it the right way and the old way. That's what I'm up to. So please make sure you understand that, and more importantly, make sure you understand yourself so you can reverse engineer that blueprint and figure out where you fit within that and then deploy it. But I promise you, you will not get there with your big idea. I promise you, sitting around and saying, oh, I had that idea for Uber before Uber did. Nobody gives a shit. I've got every idea that's going to be successful over the next 100 years. It's all about AI and VR and AR and augmented and all this. I'll give them to you all. It doesn't matter because most of you won't execute against it. The reason I put out all my best stuff and I'm liked and I don't charge for it is somewhere along the line I realized that 99.9% of you aren't going to do anything about it. You're going to ponder it. You're going to get super pumped up when you watch me say it. And then 3 weeks later, you're going to give up because you're not willing to pay the price. That's cool. Everybody's different. But you need to figure out what price you are willing to pay for what you want. It's been insane to me how many people have emailed me in the last month about the 2017 Flip Challenge, which for you that don't know was a video I made in December, which is so many of you email me asking me for $5,000, and meanwhile there's $5,000 worth of crap sitting in your house right now. Go grab it, post it on eBay, flip it, and make your money. How many people have flipped something since they saw that video? Raise your hands. Just want to say, higher, higher. Don't be shy. That's it. You know, like, it's insane. People emailing me like, hey, this, like, I just made $8,000 because I sold $100 of this, and this happened, and this happened, and this happened. Funny thing happens when you actually work. Go figure. Funny thing happens when you actually realize it's money that gives you the opportunity. Everybody's got a big idea. Everybody's got the Uber of lawnmowers. Everybody's got the Airbnb of ice cream. It's not gonna happen. And if it does, please take the clip of this talk, email me, and say, in the title, Gary Vee, you were wrong. And I will be the first to call you and say, Mazel Tov, I'm so pumped. But I just want to remind every, especially 20 and 30-year-old in this room, I came out the gate and I worked every day for 13 years before I said a goddamn word to anybody. I talk a whole lot now, and I've made up for those 13 years of silence. But I just want to remind everybody that I didn't make a video to the world about anything about business until I was 35 years old, after I worked every single day from the time I was 22 and reality 14. And then I started talking. There's a whole lot of talking going on. How about more action? How about more execution? How about more paying prices for what your mouth is saying? That is what I hope you do. Thank you.
Hello, hello. Gary, thank you so much for coming here. We know it was a very tough road for you to get here today. This guy's a trooper. If you guys only knew. Yeah. Can we get another round of applause over here for Gary for making this a priority? This guy went through hell and high water to get here, and we are so thankful. So we're gonna do a couple questions, as we told you. We have a bunch of questions from Twitter, so we'll start there, and then we're definitely gonna come around to some audience questions. Okay, Gary.
Yes.
First question via Twitter.
Yes.
How important is it to take risks when you're starting a business?
I mean, I think it comes down to your talent. So one of the things I'm fascinated by is how many people are scared to take risks and then take credit for things. For example, let me explain. The amount of businesses that I've looked at over the last decade that are doing $1 million, $2 million, $4 million, $8 million in sales and are successful, and the founder is kind of making fun of other people for different things, and then I remind them that if I had run their business, instead of doing $2 million, it would be doing 19. They take a step back, and then I try to explain to them in detail, and here's what I'm getting at. Everybody's got their own cadence and their own talent. The amount of things I failed at VaynerMedia from an agenda standpoint over the last 7 years is enormous because I take micro risks all the time. Risks that if they go to zero, which is how I think about them, will not put me out of business. But risks, for example, took a lot of risks last year. Last year we did $100 million in revenue. The year before we did 67. We made the same amount of money in both years. Risks. Lost $33 million of profit against that gross, probably left $6-7 million in profit on the table because I took risks. The good news is one of those risks is probably gonna make me 50 more in revenue in 3 years. So I think risks are imperative, and I want to remind the people here who are conservative, that's great. And if you're at the number that you want to be at, great. The one thing I would say is the biggest fear I have for people that don't take risks is that your competitors might, and then you're in trouble. So a lot of people think it's insular, but it's not. Maybe the person that owned the most tab medallions in New York should have taken a risk and built a tab app.
True, very true.
Maybe the Hilton, right? Maybe the Westin, maybe Four Seasons should have taken a risk and created a platform where we rent each other our own rooms. So risks are important.
On that note, though, just to follow up, do you think that larger companies are more adverse to risk?
100%. And I think small companies are scared of risk. I think people are scared. I think people lack self-esteem.
You're helping that situation, let me tell you.
I'm trying.
Okay, so that question, just to give a shout out, that question was from Wojactor, DJ Wojactor. And our next Twitter question, am I saying that right?
No, I may not be here.
Oh, well,
Twitter's
hopefully.
open to everybody.
Well, you are right. We did put out the hashtag this morning. It's our Ask Gary V hashtag. So our next one from Blair Kennedy. Will you ever open a VaynerMedia office in Canada?
Yes.
Really? Okay, so let us know when that's happening and we'll help you guys apply.
I promise you'll know.
Awesome. Okay, let's go to an audience question. Oh my goodness, how am I gonna decide? We have a mic. Okay, good, you're not leaving it up to me.
Pick anyone. I'm gonna hang as long as I can. I'll answer as many as I can. Just give me your name.
Pedro.
Pedro.
Yeah, I'm fucking so nervous right now. Okay. I just want to say,
stand up.
Gary, you changed my life.
I promise most people didn't think that I'd be the second person to drop an F-bomb today. Go ahead, Pedro.
Thank you so much. You changed my life. Just want to let you know that.
Thank you.
I'm an advertising student, and I sit in class. I'm in second year. I'm so nervous. I sit in class, and
They teach you crap.
Yeah, and I learn more from you. So, I want to give you value,
okay.
But I want an internship as well.
Okay.
So, if I can flip for you on stage, could you offer me an internship?
No.
No worries.
A flip?
Yeah.
Do you think you flipping was enough value for me?
I think it's entertainment for you.
Not for me. You don't know me super well.
All right, no worries. I'll accept that.
Let me tell you why I told you no, and let me tell you where I want to go with it. I wrote a book called Jab, 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 Right Hook.
Yeah.
I'm about to teach you more about selling and marketing right this second than anything you learn in any school ever.
Thank you. Tell me.
When you give with expectation in return, you lose.
Thank you.
Jab, 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 right hook is give, 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 and too many people interpret it as take. Jab, jab, right hook is give, 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 and then ask. And so that's the cadence, especially when you're asking for something as big time as an internship at Vayner that has become super competitive. Yeah. That's when you gotta do your homework about what the value is. It's awesome that you can do a flip, and that would be cool on camera. Feel super selfish is another. I feel like you're gonna win twice. You're gonna do rad-ass flip on stage and get an internship. That's not only giving with expectation, that's asking twice. That's why you get a big fat no. Pedro.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay, we're gonna go back to a Twitter question. Okay, so this one comes from Skip.